All right. Looks like we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Let's get it shared over to the Facebook study group. Yes. And share. Group. Facebook study group. Go. And share. There we go. All right. Let's get the common links. Important insurance exam queen links shared to the comments. All right. Thanks everybody for jumping in early. My name is Steve Romanchek. I'm one of the instructors here on Melissa's team at the Insurance Exam Queen. We are super happy you are here and wanting to seek some help. So that's what we are here for today. If you have any questions on which Insurance Exam Queen package is right for you, we can help with that. If you need help with some content, we can help with the content. If you want to know what you should do about a failed exam attempt, we can help you there. If you're nervous about scheduling your exam, we can help with that. The only silly questions are the ones that you don't ask, so please don't be shy. Jump into the comments, say, hey, let me know what you got going on. I did just share a link into the comments that will so the link that I shared will take you to this page here and show you a set of important links we have here at Insurance Exam Queen. So if you're coming to me and saying, well, I live in such and such state and I'm studying P&C. So I live in Pennsylvania and I'm studying P&C. What should I focus on? Well, what's important in my state link will take you to a page where you can pick P&C or life and health and choose your state and get Melissa's specific recommendations for your state. Also on that link, you'll be able to find the link to your state exam content outline. So that's very helpful in breaking down the exact topics that your state likes to test on. The Which Insurance Exam Queen course is right for you will bring you to a chart that will explain the differences between our Gold and State, Gold Plus, and Platinum packages. The price for each of those packages says you get 100 days for each of those packages. And then you can buy the Life and Health or P&C directly from there. If you're wanting to know if you need state approved hours for your state, if you do need state approved hours, you have to have an additional course in addition to ours. We can only be supplementary at this time. We are right on the doorstep of being a state approved course, so you won't need to go somewhere else in addition to us. But to help you out with that, we do have a partnership with Excel Solutions. So if you'd click this link, it would take you to our Excel page, a partner page with them. You can select your state and buy from there. It'd give you a $9 discount on your Excel course. And then for using our link to get there, we would enroll you in the Classic Gold for free. This map tells you if you're in a state that needs state-approved hours. If it's purple, you do need a state-approved course. If it's not one of the ones highlighted in purple, you don't need a state-approved course. And then these mindset videos are 3 little videos we have where the first is the About to Study Mindset meditation. Melissa walks you through a short meditation to get you ready to study and to push out the distraction from your outside world, calm yourself down, and really let you harness in on what you're about to study. The Pump to Pass mindset video is great to watch the day of your exam, so you can just really boost up that confidence and walk in and get your pass. And then the Test Tips with Peter is a great video to watch if you're wanting to know and be ready for how they like to write tricky questions on the exam, how to be ready and tackle the accept questions or the all but questions. If you at least have our gold course or above, one of the last videos in your gold course is a difficult test questions with Peter. That video is roughly 2 hours long. This video here on this mindset list is only an hour. This is the free video of that version of his class that we put on YouTube. But if you do have at least gold, I would watch it there, because then you're getting an extra hour of Peter's class if you watch it from your gold course versus the free YouTube version. All right, so looks like we got some questions coming in after me explaining all that. Let me start tackling those for you. Projects. All right, so Callie said, you keep failing, you're only 18. You bought gold package, hopefully you pass this next time. So Callie, did you keep failing and then you bought gold? Our gold course has a 90% first time pass rate, 90% second time pass rate for those that just need to rehuddle and pinpoint their focus. And we have a 90% second time pass rate. Watch your gold videos from top to bottom. No skipping around. Watch the videos in full. Take handwritten notes. Make flashcards for key terms and concepts. Make flashcards for quiz questions that you are missing along the way. Start trusting yourself. Watch that About to Study video every single time you go to study. Watch the Pump to Pass video the morning of your next exam attempt. But you got this, Callie. Tammy. Studying for property and casualty in Virginia. What should you know about Virginia's exam? You hear it's state law heavy. Studying the insurance exam queen gold package. Again, just like I told Callie, watch the gold from top to bottom. Take handwritten notes. Make yourself flashcards for key terms and concepts. Make yourself flashcards for quiz questions you're missing. What to specifically know for Virginia? That link that I shared that I just reviewed, the very first link on that page is the What's Important in My State. I would go to Virginia PNC and you get Melissa's specific recommendations for that. And then on that page, I'll just pull it up. So So if we go to the what's important in my state link, and then go down to Virginia, PNC, here's Melissa's recommendations for PNC in Virginia. And if you scroll down through that document, you will get the click here for Virginia insurance exam content outline. And this is an exact breakdown of what they ask in Virginia. So under insurance regulation, here's the subtopics. State reg, here's the subtopics. And it tells you how many questions are asked and the percent that follows on the exam and the number of questions in this section. So for 1.0, there's 20 questions that they ask. And then under 2.0, there's 12 questions they can ask in this section. So that's how you find the exam outline. Or you can just Google it. So you would search Virginia PNC insurance exam content outline. And it would be one of the first handful of links that come up in Google. That's how you find what's important in your state and to get our best recommendations. So you said you're new to the industry, going through Excel, it's brutal and boring, thinking about buying the Gold Life and Health. Yes, so Excel and most other state-approved pre-licensing courses are majority reading. They are very bland. Even when there are videos, they are as entertaining as CPR training videos. They're very, very bland. Or HR videos at your job. They're pretty dull. So definitely consider moving over and taking our Gold course. Gold course has a 90% first time pass rate, 90% second time pass rate. It's all videos of Melissa teaching the life and health is mixed in with some Peter videos as well. Peter is another one of our instructors. And then with that life and health gold, and as long as you get the gold, bronze and silver do not include live classes, but as long as you go with the classic gold, the gold and state, gold plus, or platinum, you get live classes. So in addition to the 30 plus hours of recorded video and downloadable notes and other resources, you would also get live classes being taught by Melissa, Peter, and myself. So definitely go gold. It's definitely worth the investment on yourself to get gold and pass this next time than to not want to spend the money on gold. Classic gold is only $99 as of March 23rd, 2026. So as of today, classic gold is only $99 for 100 days access. It's worth paying that and investing in yourself than to keep having to pay for every failed exam attempt. And you said you're in Missouri. Okay, awesome. So Alyssa, you said that you failed your exam with a 68 in 68 is so close. So you got this. What I would recommend, go back and look at the one or two areas where you scored the most or where you missed the most amount of points, excluding the state area. So the state content can be very overwhelming. It's very wordy. It's very numbers driven. So go into the next two highest areas where you missed the most amount of points and focus on studying that. You got a 68. You only missed by 2 points. So schedule that exam now. Schedule it out for when you can take however soon you can take it. You don't want to spend too much time worrying now while all that content's still fresh. So get that exam scheduled. Tell yourself you're awesome, how smart you are, you got it this time. Now you know what to expect because you've already been through the test before, and move on and get that pass. How do you do one-on-one help? We don't offer one-on-one right now. Well, Peter, there is some tutoring. So you can do one-on-one tutoring with Peter. Melissa and I are in the Platinum chat. So if you upgrade your course to Platinum or register for Platinum, you would get Melissa and I in a group setting in a group text where anytime you have questions, you can message the group and other students can answer each other, or Melissa and I can grab the question and answer it. So that's the fastest way to have access to Melissa and myself. Instead of having to wait for her to go live for tutoring or a class, or wait for me to go live for these Ask Me Anythings or a class, you get direct access to Melissa and myself. But we are offering tutoring again. So I misspoke when I said we don't do that. We are offering tutoring again. If you want, let me look up insurance exam. Let me pull that link for you. If you're interested in learning more about the tutoring where it is one-on-one, here is the tutoring link. I'm putting that into the comments now. Thanks for your question, Alyssa. You got this. You're welcome, Tammy. So you said California has 53 questions on commercial and you're panicking. You have your exam on Wednesday. So take some deep breaths. Be positive. You got this. You got this. That's what you need to tell yourself. Every time you look in the mirror, tell yourself how smart you are. Take some deep breaths. You got this. You're going to pass. So we do have videos on commercial. There are some videos on YouTube that are in our free content that are in commercial. If you have our gold package, there's a whole entire section on commercial. I highly recommend you get commercial, you get gold. Gold has a 90% first time pass rate. You will go into gold and feel so much more confident coming out of the gold course, having gone through it and hearing Melissa explain things the way she does in gold and what to focus on. Yes, commercial might be heavily tested in your state, but still there's only so many questions they can ask in commercial. So another thing that's really cool about California is for the California PNC, you only need a 60% to pass. You don't need a 70 or higher like in some states. You only need 60% to pass in California. So Alexander, you said you're ready to give up on property and casualty in Tennessee. You simply can't grasp it. Your ADHD is off the chains. So really, honestly, take some deep breaths. Watch that about to study video every single time you go to study. I don't care if you're studying more than once in a single day. Each of those study sessions, I want you to watch that about to study video. Play it on repeat. If you're driving in the car, let it play in the car to hear Melissa walk you through those calming steps, to tell yourself how smart you are. And listen, what a wonderful career in insurance is going to be. Wonderful career insurance is going to be for you. We just got to get you over the hurdle of the test. I suffered severe test anxiety all through childhood, all through college. Test anxiety, I get it. Trust me, it's been a bear. Watching when I was a PNC student and I was a life and health student for and through Insurance Exam Queen, I trusted the process and listened to those study meditations and listened to that pump to pass meditation before each study session, when I schedule the exam, the morning of the exam, and it really will start to help you push out those distractions and really start believing in yourself. Tell yourself, this next time when I take the exam and I hit submit on my test, there's not an option that it's not going to say pass on my screen. I'm that confident, and having that confidence will really help you just overcome any pre-existing anxieties and really help you calm yourself and focus on the test, because then you won't be focused on the typical exam anxieties you have. And if you're going to pass, you know you're going to pass. You just got to get through the test. But getting our gold course will really help put focus on it for you. Look at that, what's important in my state link, to give you even more focus on what Melissa recommends for Tennessee, PNC. Take handwritten notes. Make yourself flashcards. Attend the game nights when I have game nights. Once you go gold, you can attend all of our live classes, ask questions in the live class, join a game night for practice, and playing a fun game with everybody. All that will really help start boosting your confidence. Don't give up. You got this. So it depends on every state. Let me on how many questions and that, or which exam are you taking? You said found in Pearson VUE when you're taking the test in Nevada. Which exam are you taking? DeVere John, which exam are you taking? Personal lines in Nevada. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up for you. So it looks like for the Nevada personal lines test, there's 105 questions, but they only score 100 of them. 5 of the questions are pre-test questions / trial questions that the testing provider is testing out to see if they want to make an official question. So out of the 105 questions, only 100 of them are scored. And it looks like you have 2 hours and 15 minutes to complete that exam for the personal lines. Now, I would also recommend that you consider taking the full PNC. Yes, 70s passing in Nevada. But I would recommend that you take the full PNC. Because what typically happens is that we see this happen all the time. An agent that hired you will say, hey, go get your personal lines. And as soon as you pass the test, they say, great, now go get casualty. So you can sell commercial too. And there's things that are not on personal lines that it's just better to overall get the full PNC. Because personal lines is the PNC without commercial. There is casualty with the personal lines, but it's just no commercial. But a lot of times we hear people say, well, as soon as I pass personal lines, they told me to go get casualty lines for the commercial. So it's better just to take both together. And then you have the full license. Same with life and health. There's people that say, hey, my boss told me to go get the life test. And as soon as I pass, they say, go get health now. So I can sell Medicare too. Well, just take the life and health together instead of just life or just health. So Ava, definitely each of you should get the gold package. Each of you get the gold package so you can all attend live classes and take notes and each work your way through the gold course. Watch it from top to bottom. Each of you take handwritten notes, make yourself flashcards, study with each other as far as quizzing each other on flashcards and compare notes with each other. But each of you get the gold course and work your way through the gold courses. We have a 90% first time pass rate, 90% second time pass rate. For those of you just joining us, I did share a link into the comments earlier about it's important. It's a link to a chart I made with important links that will help you in your insurance exam queen journey. So first will be specific recommendations for your state. So it could be, you can pull up that chart, click on what's important in my state, look on the life and health side, pull up Ohio, and you get Melissa's specific recommendations for you and your coworkers. Trust yourselves. You got this. You're going to have an awesome career in insurance. You just got to get over the test and knock it out. Okay, that's cool, Deidre. Devera, sorry. You're sitting for both the personal lines and the casualty. Okay. Yeah, some states don't offer a combined test, but you just take it back to back. So you take the personal lines and then take the casualty lines. And it's just easier to study for it all at once than to know what to study when and when to sit for what test. It's just easier to take it back to back if your state doesn't offer the combined test. So it sounds like you're doing that. Let me get this chart pulled up again. And I can. So again, that link that I was sharing in the comments, the first link there is talking about what's important in your state. There's a PNC side to it, a life and health side. Just scroll down to your state and you get Melissa's specific recommendations for your state. The gold versus platinum chart helps break down each of our tiers of gold and the benefits included with each of those tiers all the way up through platinum. Something really cool to keep in mind is you don't have to have a fear of missing out, because we let you upgrade at just the cost in the difference in cost. So if you went with the $99 gold classic and got into it and said, you know what, I do have a lot more questions than I thought I would have. I want to be able to message Steve and Melissa at any time, and I want to upgrade to the platinum, or I wish I would have bought platinum. Instead of having to pay the full $299 for platinum, you would only pay the $200 because you already paid $99. So we just asked, that you pay the extra $200. And then that way you can upgrade to platinum. The next link would be a link to take you to the map of the US that shows you which states still need state-approved courses. Not all states require state-approved pre-licensing anymore. We are on the doorstep of being state-approved, so currently you still need to use another course if you need state approval. If you don't, great. We can definitely get you over the hurdle and get you your pass. Even if you do need state-approved courses, we recommend you get it just to be able to click through it, pass their final test, to get the certificate that said you did it, but you're actually using us to learn. You don't need to do all the readings in the Excel course or AD Banker or whatever. Just do it enough to get their certificate and use us to learn the content. We do have a partnership with Excel Solutions, so you can get a $9 discount on your Excel course. And for using our link with them, we enroll you in the gold course for free. So instead of paying $99 for gold and having to do an Excel course, you just pay $190, and that gets you your Excel course and Insurance Exam Queen Gold. And then those last 3 videos are mindset videos. Those will help you improve your mindset before every study session, clear your head so you can really focus on what you're about to learn. Also, a great video to boost your confidence the morning of your exam. That's the Pump to Pass video. And then the Test Tips with Peter is really great for everyone to watch. That will really help you focus in on how they like to write tricky questions on the exam, how to break down questions if you're really unsure of what the question's asking or where that question came from left field, how to break those questions down. So that's the Test Tips with Peter. Now the video that's on this list, this is only like an hour long. This is our free version on YouTube. If you want the longer version of that class, it's at the very bottom of the list, one of the last 3 videos in the gold course. That's a 2-hour long version that Peter recorded that he taught to gold students. So it's actually in your course. You can also take it as a live class with Peter still currently. So each month he teaches that class at least once. And if you have gold, gold state, gold plus, or platinum, you're invited to join all the live classes and can join that class live with him instead of watching a recorded version of it. Is there a tutoring rate per hour? Yes. So if you do platinum, no. Platinum includes all the gold course videos, 30 plus hours of recorded videos, live classes, downloadable notes, and other resources, in addition to being included in the platinum texting study group with Melissa and I. That is not one-on-one. It is a group setting in a group chat room. But I mean, we will respond to you if you post a question. We just have a one-on-one conversation in the study group, if that's what you're looking for. And Melissa and I will actually record voice responses to you too. So you can type a voice question, or not type. You can record your little voice and send in a little voice question, or we can respond to you that way as well in Platinum. If you want the direct one-on-one tutoring, I did share the link earlier. Let's go back and pull that back up. Here in the comments, again, is the direct link to inquire about the one-on-one tutoring. But it is an hourly rate for one-on-one. So let's see. All right, Lori said, hi. Steve, hi, Lori. You have the gold package. Can I go over own versus any? There was a quiz question that still confused you. If this is better to email, then I can do that. No, I can answer that here. So it is a little confusing. So own and any are classifications for being disabled, for disability insurance. So own says that you're considered disabled if you can't do your own job. The job that you have now, your own job, you are considered disabled if you can't do that job. Even if you could work another job, you're still considered disabled if you have own and you can't do that job. Any occupation says that you are considered disabled if you can't work any job that you are qualified for, that you have the education and the experience and training to do. So any job, it's much harder to get benefits approved with an any type of policy than it is an own. Because an own just says the job you're in right now, if you can't do it, here's the check. You're approved. With any, you got to be able to say, well, I can't do this job, this job, this job, so many other jobs. That I would say it would be better, instead of saying numbers now, for you to reach out and say what you're looking for in the tutoring, how long you're looking, how many sessions. That all can change. So the one-on-one tutoring is more crafted to what you're looking for and how many sessions you want to do, and that can make the price vary a little bit. So it's best, instead of saying numbers now, for you to reach out, say all you're looking for. The tutoring team can discuss what all they offer you, and then prices are discussed. However, I can tell you the price for Platinum is $299. So $299 gets you the Platinum Level Insurance Exam Queen course, and that includes not only the texting study group where you have direct access to Melissa, the Insurance Exam Queen, and myself. You also get the quiz and exam package, which is extra quizzes and exams from us. You get the 30 plus hours of recorded class content. You get live classes and game nights. You get downloadable notes and other resources. So that's all included in Platinum. And that's just $299 for 100 days access. You're welcome, Lori. Any other questions? Would love to help you. It does help. I also want to ask that if you have been watching this and oh, thank you, Ava. I appreciate that. I do want to say that if you are watching this and finding this helpful, it really does help us. If you click like on the video, if you haven't yet, drop a comment and say, hey, and what state you're studying in, which exam you're studying for. Posting those comments, clicking like on the videos really does help other people find our videos. It also pushes you up pushes us up in your algorithm. So you definitely see when Melissa and I go live, and you see all of our latest content. We do have, if you're watching us on YouTube, we have a Facebook study group and we have a Facebook page. Make sure to not only follow the Insurance Exam Queen on Facebook, join our free study group. In joining the free study group, please follow the instructions and answer the questions in full just to make sure you get approved faster. We don't have to just redirect you to go and answer the questions again, but anyone can join our free study group on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. It's free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell so you get all of our latest videos. All of that really not only helps you find our content, but helps other people find our content as well. We really do appreciate that. Yeah, so Lori, the questions, the way they word questions can be very confusing. We like to say to read the question, take a deep breath, read the question again, and then look at all 4 answers. Don't just choose A right away because you think A sounds right. Look at A, B, C, D. And on that same note, if you haven't taken the exam yet, every question is multiple choice, where they're going to give you A, B, C, D. It's not any more choices than that. It's not less. It's not fill in the blank. There's no essays. There's no short answer. No. There's technically true and false in the form of a multiple choice, but there's no true and false where you mark it T or F. There's true and false in the sective. When you read an accept question, technically accept questions are true and false because it will say all of these pertain to X except. That means 3 of them pertain to whatever X was. 1 of them doesn't. So technically, like 3 are true, 1 is false. Or 3 do not, all of these do not pertain to Y except. That means 3 of the answers are going to be false. 3 of the answers are not going to pertain to whatever Y was, but 1 of the answers will. Breaking down an accept question like that and telling yourself it's a true and false has really helped a lot of people process exactly what a accept question's asking. And for a deeper dive on that, definitely look into watching Peter's videos. If you have, I think you said you have gold. So it's one of the last 3 videos in the gold list of videos. It's called Difficult Test Questions with Peter. It's like 2 hours long, but it's worth the 2 hours. Definitely watch that. Don't go into your test not having watched that, because I've had people tell me, wow, I wish I would have taken the time to take that and watch that class or take that live class with Peter, because now I know how they write questions. And had I watched that before, I would have been ready for all that. So if the question was also saying he could not do another job, then it was, and he got disability, that would more than like, that's talking about any. Because yes, he can't do his job as piano, but you said he couldn't play, but he couldn't do another, but couldn't he do another job? Oh, okay. So, but couldn't he do another job? You picked own, thinking it was own. And well, just because he can't play piano, there's it would depend on some of the wording in the question and what the four answers were. Because the question is going to tell you exactly how the question's written, is going to tell you the key words of if he could or couldn't do another job. And that's going to specifically point you to if it was own or any. Don't get tripped up in technicalities with some of the questions. Like a technical question that I hear all the time is like with P&C or life and health, you see exclusions more on the life and health side, but you see which of these is typically excluded. This is, again, on the life and health side. Logger, war, foreign nationalist, aviation. Well, war is excluded. Being a logger is a very dangerous job. Typically, that excludes you. Private aviation, very dangerous. Typically found as an exclusion. But foreign nationalist. Foreign nationalist, out of those four answers, is the answer. However, I've had people say, well, hang on. What if the foreign nationalist was in a war zone? Well, the foreign nationalist wasn't sent to war, but also the question doesn't say anything about specifying that the foreign nationalist was in a war zone. So don't put words, don't add words to the question to make it a technicality. Look at the questions as they are written. Black and white, this is the scenario they gave me, this is the details they gave me. Which of those details are important? And choose the best question. Don't add words and make up a scenario that you don't see in the question. So Gracie said you're taking the adjuster's test on Wednesday. It's your third time taking it. You're 4 points off. So again, take a few deep breaths. Let the weight of those failed exams off your shoulders. Try to think of it as what it is that is holding you back. You've taken it 3 times now. Has your score improved each time? If so, that's fantastic. You're improving. If it's gone down, that's okay. Sometimes people put so much anxiety on top of a failed attempt that they are so worried about getting a worse score, they actually end up due. So if you've gotten a lower score, you can get over that as well. If it's that you're afraid that your employer that hired you on is going to pull the job offer, let them. Who cares? If they pull that job offer because you didn't pass on their schedule, maybe that wasn't the right place for you to work. So tell yourself you are exactly where you need to be right now. When the stars align and you do get your pass, I didn't say if, I said when the stars align and you get your pass, because your pass is coming. That's when you're supposed to pass. Insurance is a tough gig. You get screamed at a lot. You get told no a lot between every yes. So another thing Melissa likes to say is, for those people that do fail the test a few times, maybe that's just helping you build the character you need to be an even better, stronger agent. And you'll be in a stronger headspace to deal with those hurdles than someone who may have passed on the very first time. No. So, okay. So that already happened then. So don't let that be a factor that holds you back. They already did pull the job offer, but you're already so close. You're only 4 points off. So let's take it as maybe that wasn't the right place for you. So even if you need to let out a cry, let those emotions off your shoulders. Let off a cry. Take some deep breaths. Go back and study the two areas where you were missing the most amount of points. We do have an Insurance Exam Queen Adjusters Gold course that has a number of adjusters videos that you could watch, but that's through Adjusters Gold. Currently, we do not have live adjuster sessions. But thanks for your question, Gracie. Thanks for opening up. You got this. Anyone else? Any other questions? Any other pointers someone's looking for? We're happy to help you. Only silly questions are the ones that you don't ask. Absolutely, Gracie. That's what we're here for. Seriously. You got this. We've all been through it. It's your pass is coming. Don't worry. I graduated college with a teaching degree. I missed the social studies content knowledge test by 1.3 different times. 1 point is, so I get missing it by 4. It's hard being so close and trying to pick yourself back up. But eventually I got my pass and worked in education for over 10 years. So your pass is coming. You got this. Seriously. Also, a big thing, Gracie, let me tell you this, and anyone else still listening. We say this like all the time. Trust yourself. Don't go and change answers at the end of the exam. Do not change your answers. The only time that we allow you to change your answer is if you see another question that gave away the answer to a previous question or another answer. Then definitely go back and change your answer to get those points. Don't leave it incorrect if another question gave it away and you know you got it wrong. Definitely go back and change it. But if it's just some weird anxiety that's telling you that you should change your answers, don't change your answer. Trust your gut. More than likely, that gut answer is the correct answer. We've heard really sad examples of people that struggle with a question. They finish their test. They go back to one they had marked. And they say, okay, well, I marked it because I was unsure. I should just change an answer. Change it. Miss their test by 1 point. Go out to the car. Look up that topic. Find out, had they not changed their answer, they would have gotten it right, which means they would have passed. Don't be that person. Don't let that be your story. So Danielle, you said you take your test in Colorado next week for PNC. Any last minute study tips? You get really nervous taking tests. So watch the About to Study video every single time you go to study from now till when you go take your test. The night before your test, do not cram. Do not cram. Maybe watch one quick video on an area that you feel a little unsure of. But other than that, trust that you've already done enough. Get a good dinner that night so you don't go to bed hungry. Get a good night's sleep. In the morning, watch the Pump to Pass video while you're eating your Wheaties. Get a good breakfast. You want a full belly, and you want to be calm and have some nice fuel on the brain for the day. Tell yourself you got this. Every time between now and when you go take your test, if you walk past a mirror, this feels silly. You're going to laugh doing it. It feels really awkward. But look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, girl, you got this. You got it. You're going to pass. It feels really silly to do that because it is. But that helps break down those anxieties. Really allow yourself just to laugh about this thing instead of being afraid. Tell yourself, I got this. I'm going to pass. Not, I hope I pass this time, or I hope I pass eventually. I hope, I wonder if. All those words, they might not be negative, like I'm not going to pass, but they're not as positive as they could be. If you haven't yet, get gold. You have till next week. If you haven't gotten gold, gold has a 90% first-time pass rate. If you're already confident, having gold will just be pour gasoline on that confidence fire. If you're still a little unsure of yourself, having gold will be definitely the confidence boost you need to make you confident. Nicole, any particular, you saw a thing on your New Jersey question about a law they enacted in 1942. I'm not specific. I mean, there's different insurance laws and regulations, not only just per state, but per life and health and PNC. 50 states, DC has their own regulations as well. Do I recall a specific law from New Jersey in 1942? No, I'm sorry. I don't. We have a state study guide that you can get if you at least do Gold State, Gold Plus, or Platinum. That would definitely be included in there. All the specific, highly tested laws and regulations are in our state study guide. So if it was something to worry about, it would be in our study guide. But off the top of my head, I don't recall a law for New Jersey that was enacted in 1942. I'm sorry. So adjusters isn't a form of insurance. Adjusters are the guys that handle the claim, are the guys and gals that handle the claims. So the adjuster's test is primarily PNC with adjuster's content questions. So adjusters is going to handle PNC, which is natural disasters. However, PNC alone covers natural disasters as well. Nicole, you said you failed New Jersey PNC 3 times. Again, just like I was telling Gracie, that it is better to just let yourself really feel the feels from those previous exam attempts, figure it out what it is, that is holding you back? Is it the fear of them pulling a job offer? Let them. You are exactly where you need to be right now. And that pass is coming when it's supposed to happen for you. But it is coming. Go back to get gold if you haven't got already. We'll go through our gold course. If you do have gold already, look at the top 2 areas where you scored the least amount of points, excluding the state part, because state can be a little tricky sometimes, very wordy, very number driven. It's best to look at the other areas to get those easier points. So Zay, this is something I haven't said yet tonight or today. Practice exams are great to use as a map to know what to go back and study. Don't just keep retaking practice exams and quizzes over and over and over and over again until you get a 90% or better and then think, wow, I'm great to go take the test now. No. If you take that test, if you ace all the quizzes once and take the practice test and ace it, great. Yeah, you're probably in a really good spot to go take the exam. But by repeating the practice tests and exams, you're only memorizing the exact way those questions are, which does not help you learn the content. You proved that you can memorize a question and the answer that goes with that exact way that question's written. That didn't help you understand the content. So when you get into the real estate exam and they asked it a different way, and more than likely they are, you're going to be lost and think you studied a whole nother language and that we did you a disservice. So use those quizzes, use that practice exam as a map to know what area you need to go back and study. Don't just keep retaking practice quizzes. Has that helped some people? Yes. Does it help the majority of people? No. In our Gold Plus and Platinum course, we have extra quizzes and exams you can take. Yeah, they can be very useful to help you study. But don't just do that alone. You're welcome, Danielle. Nicole, awesome. You bought Platinum. Fantastic. So in your Platinum course, you'll see the Request My State Regulation Study Guide. Definitely fill out that form. Once I see that request come in, I will send you a link to your Platinum course notifications in your inbox in your course so you can access your study guide. Also, follow the links to join Telegram. That way you can talk to Melissa and I both inside of Telegram. Platinum is the easiest way to have direct access to not only myself, but Melissa herself. Melissa's in there watching that study group, and she answers questions just as much as I do. So Danielle, you said you took AD Banker and Gold is so much better. So AD Banker and Excel, I mean, they're two of the top pre-licensing companies out there that can really help people prepare for their insurance test. However, it's a lot of reading, and they try to teach you everything about everything there is about insurance. A lot of that you can learn on the job. Here at Insurance Exam Queen, we focus on what's actually tested, those most tested topics. It's a video, so you're hearing an instructor speak to you. You can join live classes. We have quiz simulations and other things. There's a lot more that we put focus on what's actually tested. All that other stuff you can learn on the job. So we focus on the content that they actually test you on and help you work on your mindset. You want to go in confident. You want to go in confident. Jayla, you failed 20 minutes ago. You're crying your eyes out. That's okay. Let those tears go. Let those tears flow. Let that weight off your shoulders. You're going to pass. I know today that's hard to hear, and today hurts, and that's okay. Take the day. Let yourself feel the feels. Get up tomorrow. Dust yourself off. Let's look at your score sheet and figure out which areas you scored the least amount of points in, and go back and study those areas. I don't know how many points you missed by, but if you haven't got our gold course, get our gold course and then make it all the way through gold. If you've already been through gold and still failed, now I want you to go back and study the areas, the 2 areas where you scored the least amount of points. Watch videos on those topics. Schedule your exam again and go and take it and pass. There's other people that have taken it multiple times, 4 or 5 times before they pass, 6 times. But the pass does happen. You're going to get there. Just got to breathe through it, trust yourself, and now take this failed attempt and use as a map. They're going to give you a score sheet with the breakdown. Use that as a map to know what you need to go back and study when your pass is coming. You are exactly where you need to be right now. Maybe that first time pass, it just wasn't part of your story. This failed attempt is going to make you stronger, and you're going to be a better agent because of that failed attempt. Okay? You got this. You said you can't find it anywhere. Are you talking about the link for the Platinum Study Group? All right, Nicole. So here as your dashboard for your course for Platinum PNC. Very first link under your learning path is Get My State Regulation Study Guide. Second link is join the Talk to a Tutor study group. So you're probably looking in the gold videos already, and that's why you can't find it. Because the gold at its heart is included. Platinum at its heart is still the gold with all the extra resources, such as the texting study group, the quiz and exam package, and the state law study guide. So on your learning path for Platinum, the very first link is Get My State Regulation Study Guide. Click on that, fill out the form, and you'll get your study guide. And then the Talk to a Tutor study group link is right here. The directions are right after that link. So non-owner coverage is coverage that an employer gets on, and an employer gets if their employees drive their own vehicles. So, perfect example, when I worked at an insurance broker, independent insurance agent here in Pittsburgh, he had us use our own cars to run cash payments and check payments to the bank for him. So on my lunch break, or right before my lunch break, or at the end of my lunch break, I would, on the tail end of the lunch break, I would take my car down to the bank. And if I got into an accident, My personal insurance would pay for that accident. But if my insurance didn't cover the result of the accident, so he can't be sued, he has a non-owned policy. The non-owned policy only kicks in if the primary policy hits its max. The non-owned policy is kind of like an umbrella, but it's not an umbrella, in that it's just extra to be there to protect the boss if something happens in your car and your insurance doesn't cover it. So insurance is required, and you're saying insurance is required for cars to have rental cars. So you do need insurance. Insurance in most states, your personal insurance policy can follow you in a rental car. But if you don't have insurance, then you need to buy it through the insurance or through the car rental place. But an insurance place in most states, you don't need to get their insurance unless you want it. Your own insurance will cover you in that rental car. David said, good morning. Good morning, David. What should you focus on today for PNC exam in Florida? The 220. Thank you. So, David, if you're taking the test today, I would say it's time to relax. Watch the pump to pass video. It's on our YouTube channel, Insurance Exam Queen Pump to Pass. I have a link shared to it. There's a common links in the chat that I have. It's one of the videos on that link list. But it's time to just relax and trust the process that you've done enough already. If you know there's an area that you're struggling in, that you need to brush up on a little bit, sure, watch a video on that section. But overall, I mean, if the test is today, work on calming yourself down to be ready for that test. It's not good to cram the night going into or the morning of your exam, because that just increases your anxiety. Let's look that up, Alexis. I'm unsure, so let's look that up. All right, I just didn't want to give you the wrong information for Colorado. But overall, pretty much across the board in all the states, yes, for unpaid child support, your license can be suspended and or revoked. However, for filing bankruptcy, no, it's not going to be revoked unless that bankruptcy includes fraud, dishonesty, those types of things, and that's found, then it could be revoked. But just filing bankruptcy alone, it's not going to be revoked. But for unpaid child support, yes, it can be suspended and or revoked. I just wanted to be sure before I said that. Want to check with Colorado to make sure Colorado wasn't something specific with the bankruptcy. Absolutely. All right. Any last minute questions, comments, concerns, random, irrelevant remarks before we let everyone go? I would like everyone to click like on the video. If you haven't yet, drop a comment and just say hi. Let me know the state you're studying, the exam you're studying for. Make sure to follow us all the places. So subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Join the free Facebook study group. All that helps push all of our content. So not only you see our latest content when we go live, it helps other people find us as well. Tell your friends about us that are also studying for their exams. And that's all I have. Again, any you're welcome, Alexis. You're welcome, David. Any other last minute questions, comments, concerns, or random irrelevant remarks? All right. Doesn't look like it. All right. I hope to see everyone in a live class soon. Remember, all the gold tiers from Classic Gold all the way through Platinum have live classes. If you join Platinum, you get me not only in live classes, but you get Melissa and I in a texting study group. So I look forward to having you in the Platinum chat as well. I'll wish you all the loves, all the vibes. See you in the next one.